Pete and I decided that we would go ahead and bring a med kit along with us for our around the world trip. So I figured we'd go ahead and do a video on what we individually put in that pack. All right, so where should I start? I'm gonna go right to left. So basically just starting with some really basic stuff that you would think you would have along. Things like Excedrin, and you'll notice a lot of these medications and stuff are in individual packets. We did that on purpose. One, we already had some of them from a other med kit that were like that. But secondly, we thought it was a really good idea because going through the airports, all that kind of stuff, customs, whatever, we wanted to make sure that they knew that we just weren't bringing random pills. So they're all individually packed, it's closed, it's legit, they know what's in there. So we're bringing Excedrin. And all of this stuff, we actually are putting in a little travel pack that we had left over, a cube that we had left over. So it all fits in there, which is great. So Excedrin, we have aspirin, non-aspirin, so acetaminophen, which is good for fever relief as well. Ibuprofen, another pain reliever. Antacids for when we try that new food and it doesn't agree with us. Difen, that is antihistamine, so allergy medication. Burn cream, had it, figured why not put it in there. Antibiotic cream. Sting relief, hopefully we'll not need those. A bunch of antiseptic pads for just wiping off the area to clean it before we dress it. And alcohol prep pads, cleaning off the tweezers, whatever. All right, then we have things like the tweezers. So we had these little plastic tweezers. We put those in there. Thermometer, feel like we're getting sick, check and make sure we're not running a fever. Triangular bandage, this is just a cloth bandage. Survival blankets, if you're not familiar with those, it's just this really thin, I don't know what the heck it's made out of, but basically you put it around you and it holds in your heat, so keeps you warm. Have 2 of those. Gloves. Q-tips, multi-purpose, you can use these for so many different things. A couple different bandages, I just brought 2, one larger size gauze and a smaller size gauze. Different size Band-Aids and butterfly stitches. Some tape to keep the bandages together. A little roll of gauze. Then over here we have this little pile here is about motion sickness. So we have little packets of meclizine, for a little pill there. And then we also have the patches. And then we have these guys. I want to talk about these real quick. These are basically a acupressure point thing for motion sickness. So you put it on your wrist, it reminds me of those stupid, like the tennis bracelets, right? But it basically has this little plastic piece that goes in between your 2 tendons there, and it's an acupressure point for motion sickness. We swear by these things. We were on a cruise once in Alaska, and we put these on as soon as we got on the boat, and luckily we did, because that night we had really rough seas, and we were one of a few only people that didn't get sick. So I swear by these things. We are definitely bringing these along. You can find them at regular drugstore. Then we have a couple different things for electrolyte replacement. These are little Medi-Lite packets. And then we also have, which are a pill, and then we also have what's called Drip Drop. We saw these had really good reviews. It's basically something you put into water and mix it up. That stuff will be good for if we get sick and we have diarrhea and we get dehydrated, or we've been walking a lot and didn't have water to replace, and we need some electrolyte replacement as well. So we figured those would be good to have along. Then we have, speaking of diarrhea, We have a lot of medication for diarrhea, so apparently we think that's going to be an issue, but hopefully we will be prepared. Don't want to make that midnight run to the store that we have no idea where the heck it is. So there's a couple different ones that we already had. The first one is Diamode and Diatame. They're basically the same thing. They're both for diarrhea. And then lastly, we have stuff that is prescription based, and there's a separate blog post that we have on our blog about why specifically these ones are the ones that we have after talking to our doctors. But pretty much what they are two antibiotics, Cipro, which I'm allergic to, so I needed to find something else, azithromycin, and then two medications for malaria, Malarone and doxycycline. So I don't think it was too overboard. I think it was pretty good. Like I said, everything fits in this pack, but you know, better be safe than sorry. If you want a full list of what is in the bag, check out our blog, and there's a full list of everything that's in here. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to check out our website for other videos and articles on our Around the World Life Reset.